Hi, everybody. This is Teri from Sweet Pea Papers, the Sweet Pea Papers Facebook group, the Junk Journal Tutorials and More Facebook group, and the Junk Journal and Papercraft Facebook group. And today I'm doing my half of the craft and chat that I was going to do, but we have technical difficulties and she was able to do hers. But I was not able to be at. I wanted to do this because I have it all over my desk, and in 2 weeks we're going to do one last video, and what I'm going to say, oh, and we'll finish this up. I will be working on parts of it off camera, okay? So today I set aside 45 minutes to do some stuff on here. I was going to think what I'm going to do. Well, I could do both. Yeah, that's not sticking on there. I could do both. Move this down to here. No, my stamp doesn't want to stick. Let me move it over. And then I can move the block over, and I'll have enough room to stamp. Oh, good grief. And it won't matter about that end, whether it sticks or not. Now, the trick for me is to use a semi-soft surface, which is this mouse pad. And I'm going to open this up and lay that on there. And then I'm going to ink this up. I'm using Vintage Photo Distress Oxide. Okay. Then I'm going to do it this way. I did it wrong again, didn't I? I'll do it this way. And press down. You don't need to rock it back and forth or do anything else. Just make sure everything touches and hold it for a second. And now we've got that. Oh, that looks nice. So I'm not going to do all of them on camera because, as you can see, that would take a little bit. But I just wanted to show you my trick to doing it. I'm also going to put an eyelet up here at the top so that I can put a charm on. And I'll show you how to do that. So the first thing we need to do is make the hole, and it needs to be the bigger of the two holes that the crocodile will make. And this is the crocodile 2, which is the great big one. Let's see. Make it kind of close to the edge, almost too close. Then we put that on the eyelet setting. And then hopefully I can get this bag open. There we go. We'll get an eyelet out of here. And I'm not going to use the washers. In fact, I'm just going to take them out of there. And you just put this in the hole. Oh no. It's going to tear through. See if I can get that to hold it together. Put that in there and press down. Yeah, the eyelet's holding it all together. Thank goodness. I punched it too close to the edge and it tore. And then I just kind of held it together. And as you can see, the eyelet is holding the paper together for me. And then I'll put a bulb pin on there. And when I find a nice charm for this, I'll hang the charm on there. Because I should have moved it over anyway because I wanted to kind of center it on the stamp. But that's okay. Everything's cool. I went ahead and added the lace. If you saw the live yesterday at Rockin' Robin's Creative Corner, or if you saw the replay here on YouTube, that's up now, then you'll see how we did this and how we put this together and cut it out and everything. Okay, so now we're going to do page 2. And this is the paper for page 2. Oops. Okay, oops, another paper clip. So that's going to go here. And then we're going to put a notepad on it. And the notepad in the kit, there's an envelope, a long envelope, it has a notch out or a pocket, and you're supposed to fold it and make a pocket out of it. You know, we could do that. And then, no, there really isn't any way to do a hidden. Oh, we could make a hidden paper clip. Let's see. Now I don't know which I want to do. Let's do the, oh, we can't do the hidden paper clip because you would see it on the front. So let's just do what I originally was going to do, which is make this part, cut this off and make it into a belly band. And we're going to use this to make a notebook. Get a couple of pieces of coffee dyed paper. And then we will attach it to the page. Okay, so let's go ahead and cut this. There's a little white line that shows you where you should fold it, and that's where I'm going to cut it. And this comes on its own page with these 2 pieces of embellishment. Okay, so that's how you can tell which page it is in the kit. Okay, we're going to set this and we're going to ink up the cover of our notepad. Now this notepad is going to be attached to the page. It's not going to be removable or refillable. This folio is going to be mainly for looking at, not really for writing in. So that's what we're going to do. Okay. So there's our cover. Then we need a back cover, which I didn't think about. Let's take a piece of manila folder. And let me cut this in half. And then we'll measure this. Now I'm going to put it below the gusset. You know what we could do? Oh, this is going to be the back. So we want it to be the same size. I was like, and we want a little border around the edge. Okay. Okay, so there's the back. Let's ink that. And we're going to glue this to the page. And we could glue it on as a pocket, couldn't we? Yes, I put this belly band on. I'm going to put this little cutout where we were supposed to fold it up at the top. And that will be pretty much covered, you know, when we staple it together and all that good stuff. Okay, so let's ink that. Now that we've got it all cut out. Okay, and then we'll glue it on. And then I'll make the card for this off camera. Matches the notebook. And you know how I am about stuff matching. I'm kind of a nut about it, aren't I? Okay. Put that on like that. Then that will go on like that. And then we'll glue that to the page as a pocket. Okay, let's get us some pieces of paper to go in here. I'm going to mark on here, and then I'm going to cut it just a little bit smaller so that it doesn't stick out. Okay. And I'm just going to lay this page on here, cut straight across, and then use the paper as the template to cut them across that way. I'm a little off. And that will give us pieces that are all the same length. My voice is all quavery again today. Like Katharine Hepburn. Let's look at it that way. She had a great voice. This one's a little bit smaller, and we'll just put it in the middle. This one's a smidge bigger. Let's cut the length. This is the part that went across the bottom of the page. Looks a little crooked too. In fact, I'll make this one a smidge shorter. And that one a smidge shorter. That way we'll have just a little bit of variety. So now we want to put these two in the center. We want to do it this way. I spray my paper. I don't know if you can tell that it looks kind of speckled instead of solid. Okay, we'll put this on the back. And of course it's too long. Oh, sorry about that. My paper trimmer does that every once in a while. About this one. Okay, that should be fine now. The whole thing looks crooked. Good grief. All I had to do was cut out some paper. I have the hardest time with thin paper. And I just refilled my tiny attacher. How wide is that one? Put this on. And we're going to staple them all together. If my little stapler was working correctly. It doesn't want to work. All right. Paper clip it together. Okay, well, I'm impressed with that. Okay. Get 2 more eyelets. I will not be defeated. These eyelets are just a smidge bigger than the hole, so you have to kind of wiggle them around, and that's what ended up tearing that real thin part of the manila folder where I had cut, or yeah, punched the hole too far over. So let's put this one in here. Oh, I know that it fits in there. I don't know why I'm having so much trouble. Maybe because it's the layers in this eyelet does not want to work. Let's see if I have any memory keepers left. Let me try one of these just to see if they're a different size. They almost look a little bit smaller. And let's use black. I don't have, all I have is copper or that bright gold. Well, that's gonna look fine. Oh, look at that. The bottom of it broke. All right, we'll just do that. Isn't that fun? I mean, I was going to put them in a Ziploc bag anyway, but not on camera, which I'm not going to. I'm just going to slide them all over there out of the way. They're everywhere. All right, let's try this again. Yeah, these go right in. So I'll have to look up and see which ones these were. And order more of them from that company in some different colors. Perfect. All right. Wow. The bottom's moved a little bit down. Yeah, it slid down when I was doing all that maneuvering. That's okay, because I can trim it off. Just like that. Make sure it didn't take the glue off of my belly band, which it didn't. Then we will re-glue. I have no idea how long I've been on. Let's see, it was 9:40, so 25 minutes for this. Gosh, I'm sorry, you guys. Mistakes and how to fix them. That should be our theme, huh? Okay. Don't need that anymore. Get some of this out of the way so we can get going here. Okay. So we're going to glue this on the pages of the pocket. And came out a little crooked too. Okay. So now I'm going to glue right below the eyelets. If I can get my glue under control. Don't want to glue that side. There we go. Okay. And we're going to glue this on as a pocket. Try to get it equal top and bottom. Trying to get it straight. That's cute. Okay. Then we're going to put these on. And that's going to be this image here. Gosh darn it. I thought I inked everything this morning. This was already paper clipped together and I didn't notice it. Good thing I'm doing the pocket or the card off camera, huh? Now I don't want to cover up the dress. And I think I do want, that's not going to work though, is it? So I'm going to glue this on. Put this up here. There's a lot of the word things on here. The kit is called Shabby Things, and it's by Sunflowers and Doors. D-O-R-S, not doors. Let's see. A little clock. And then I'll put my little clock there. Making sure the 12 is at the top. There's so many little lines on all these. I usually just look for the one. Okay, we've got that. Let's get it glued in the book. After our trials and tribulations. And for those of you that have never seen me before, yes, this is the way I glue on my papers. I glue in the corner so that I can slide it around. This is Fabri-Tac, so I have movement time versus some of the other glues. namely art glitter glue. I've never been able to get it to work for me because, I mean, it sticks exactly right when you put it down. So we're going to put it here. That looks a little crooked. It is. And then we've got a pocket right here, okay, underneath. So we have our notepad. And we have our pocket underneath. Now for page 3, we're going to do a pen holder. I was going to do this. You know, we could do both. This long, it's in the kit, it's labeled so that you know it's the pen holder, like ink pen or pencil. Personally, I would use one of those ink pen refills and then make a custom pen for it. Maybe I will, I can't show you how to do that here. We don't have enough time. This is going to be our paper. Oh, I don't know. It's the same exact thing. Almost too matchy, huh? Well, we're going to do it. We're going to this paper on here. We're going to cut the paper to fit. Minor detail. Since this is black around the edge, I'm going to use my chalk pencil to mark where to cut it. Oh, goodness. And then I don't need to cut it the other way. Okay. So that we will, I like that. So then we will ink it. Can't believe those eyelets went flying everywhere, didn't they? The other end must have been open, you know, like folded over and with that tape that you can't see and it's sticky. And I know this is black, but I'm inking it anyway to get rid of the white on the edge of the paper. Okay, so we've got this now. That's now our paper. And we are going to get our scoreboard out. And there's lines on here, black lines. So there's one here and one here. Then there's another one across the bottom so that you can fold under that little bitty tab. In fact, let's do the little bitty one first. that one, this one, and now we need this one. The reason this sticks out so far is because your pen's going to be this long. Now, some of these are going to be folded under, but I always ink all the way around. Then we'll fold it. Once we glue it, we'll ink on the folds, okay? So this one folds here. This one folds here. Then you fold this over here like so, making sure they line up. Okay. Then you open it back up and you put glue on the two flaps and you're done. One pen holder. And then because this will blend into the page too much, I'm going to put a piece of cream colored paper behind it. I had it all folded. I don't know why I'm having trouble. Okay. That's pretty where the window landed. Kind of wish it should have been on the other. Well, then it's upside down. Well, that's got to be. There's no line there to fold it, though. I'm just trying to figure out how would you get your pen in there with this there. So that means it would be like this, so that you could put your pen in. Messed around with it so much, my part of my glue dried. You know what I mean? Put it on this way, and then you go to put a pen in there. How are you going to get it in the pocket without being able to see the pocket? If you put it on this way and you put your pen in there, there's plenty of room. Well, no, not really. This is a mechanical pencil, so you wouldn't use that anyway. But let's see. Put a pencil down in there. Still going to be big. I think I'm going to stamp this. Okay. And leave it up. Then I'm going to take this. I'm going to cut it around there just to give it a little bit of a distinction from. Get it off the mouse pad. I forgot to set the timer, and I'm not seeing the running timer. Oh, hi. I didn't realize anybody was here. Yes, I'm on my own. Robin's not here. There was technical difficulty, so we didn't have that. And oh yeah, it's been 42 minutes. Okay, so once I do this, then we'll call it 45, even though it's going to be a little bit longer. So I want to cut this here. And I want to cut it here. And then we'll see how that looks. Yeah, like that. Okay, let's ink it. Because the page is so busy, this is the same image as this. So we need to do something. You know what I mean? Jelly bean. Yeah, we had problems. I'm not able to use my phone to do these kinds of things with. I don't have a phone holder that faces down, and my phone is kind of heavy. So I use a webcam. So the join Facebook Live link comes up perfectly fine on my phone, but it doesn't on the computer when I'm using the webcam. Why am I doing? Yeah, I want to do it. Okay. So and then I'm gonna, wow, I ended up making this 11 pages. So I'm gonna do quite a bit of this off camera. There we go. Very nice. I like it. Now we'll glue this to the page. I know people are going to tell me that was supposed to fold down and then you flip it up. But I think there should have been something that wasn't make the word things upside down when you did flip it down. So I decided not to have an upside down word. I'd rather just stamp it and have it maybe look a little funny. Okay. I really like that rose. I put it. No, we've got our pocket over here, so we want to put this over here. That way the weight will be even on the page the way it looks. It looks like I did it too far that way. Okay. As long as this line, black line, and this black line are straight, then it's straight, but I don't think it is. 3/8. and 3/8. So apparently it is even. We could have glued this on as a pocket too, just on a side note, and put something in here. Too bad I didn't think of that already. And get this back. And we'll glue this on here, and then we'll call it alive. Okay? It's alive! I love that movie. That baby is definitely alive. Or at least the old movie I saw was about a baby that was born and started killing everyone. Sort of like Chucky. Baby Chucky. Okay, so there, now we've got that. And it looks stair-stepped because we've got the edge and the edge and the edge. Okay. How about that? Move it up just a smidge, make it even with the other page. Okay, so we got this notebook with a pocket, and then we've got this pen holder so you can write in your notebook. And I may try to make a pen to go in here. We'll see how that goes. Okay, well, that's going to be it. Oh, and don't forget, this is a pocket too. See? I can't get it to go off. All right, I have no idea what that alarm was for. Normally it goes off when it's time to take my medicine, and I always forget to turn it off. Okay, all right, well, that's it for this live. I will see you live in 2 weeks. Robin and I are going to get everything figured out. She has computer troubles. We had Facebook troubles today. And so hopefully in 2 weeks, on Thursday, 2 weeks from today, at 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central, and 8 a.m. for me in Pacific time. Okay? Thanks a lot, and thanks for putting up with me. Bye.